Good morning. Good morning. So we're back for another morning journaling time with coffee, cup of Joe. So, okay, I've been working on a lot of things here and lots of ideas flowing, so lots to share. Okay, so I was actually doing more of these prints, and I had this idea to use a mask, this particular technique I was playing with. So these are two prints that I did using a mask. And this was the mask that I used. I literally tore it out of paper, just out of copier paper. Well, actually, I used a little better paper, the resume paper, because it's thicker, so it'll hold, the mask will hold up. But yeah, I really liked how they came out. So I want to keep one of them at least and put it in my journal so I remember the technique. And so I do this a lot too. I create a lot of my journal pages around remembering my ideas. So I think you guys are starting to get a notion for how I actually do a lot of my journal. A lot of it's inspired by a technique that I may have done, something I might want to remember. So the best way to remember it is to put it in my journal. So I'm actually going to put these two pieces in because this mask, I really like the way the color fields went on it. Really, it's really pretty. See that? And all those interferons, I got some new ones. And I just love this color too. So I wanted to remember all of that. So I got, yesterday, I got these two ones and a cream. Also got a, where is it? It's a pearl white. Don't see it right now. I had it here on the desk. But because I'm going to use these two, but I got this one in a pearl white. And it is really pretty as well. And Folk Art has just knocked it out the box with these paints. I mean, I'm just really, truly impressed with them. So this one is ice blue, and then this one is chocolate brown, metallics. Beautiful. So I'm going to show you, I actually did a test. I always kind of like do a color test. You can see they're really beautiful. So I'm going to, and I'm actually going to make this piece into like a sort of a card thing on the back, because that's what I end up doing. You'll see from yesterday's video when I put this in there and I just had the paper on the back of the magazine page. I decided that, you know, of course I didn't like that. So this is more book paper that I've done sort of lightweight jelly prints on it. I actually using to clean my jelly plates when I have too much color on them. And I just like how it just makes this sort of subtle, it's actually raised. It makes a nice texture. The book page is there. So that's just a good way to take and put on the back of any magazine paper picture that you do this technique on that I'm going to show you. You can just cover it with another jelly print or something on the back. It gives it a lot of stability. And then you can do more art or whatever. So I wanted to show you that because I did that after I turned the video off. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to do that over here as well. Because I'm going to make this, I was going to glue it down, but I think I'm going to make this a flap also, just so that I just have that extra movement in my journal. Alrighty. So let's start off. So that's what I'm going to do. So let's start off by pulling the color on these pages. I want to do that. I am totally in love. So I want to do a two-tone thing here. Oops. For gluing this circle down. So I'll pull this glue down the page. A little more blue here. And cut it down the middle, sort of even. Okay. Love it. Okay. So I have that on this side because that's where I'm going to glue down my, let me bring this down further. I want to cover the page more. Cover the page more. Okay. see, because I'm going to put this on top. So I want to have some space around it. Put more blue. Top. Okay. There's a bit more brown up here. And I showed you guys this before. Such a quick way to cover your journal pages and get some basic color down for, you know, for working other things on top. So there we go. That's good. And perfect. So now that page is covered. And then I'm going to glue this on when this is done. But in the meantime, I'm going to go over and do this side as well. I'm going to do a similar thing and kind of alternate it. Putting that down. So there. Yeah, this is nice. Get down in this little belly area there, the book. Just so the page looks colored, since I'm going to be putting this on. Okay, so that one's pretty much like that. Love these. I don't know what I did with my cream one. Oh, here it is. Magically appears. So I got it in the pearl white as well. It looks pretty much like you would think. It puts a nice, thin, translucent layer of like a pearl white on top. So, love that. Okay, so now let's, before I glue this on there, let me go ahead and glue. I have my glue over here. Let's go ahead and glue this back on. Now, on this jelly print, I did use, just so you know how I got this color, I did use the blue, and I did use this metallic brown, and I used my quinacridone gold in the goldens, and some other golds in there. This brushed metal that I got from Folk Art Gold. And then I used the method where I used the distress stains. I put amber. I used fossilized amber, and I believe I used fossilized amber, and then I used vintage photo. And that's basically how I got this coloration. I love that golden rusty kind of color. You know, that's one of my favorite colors to work in. And I just like how subtle this print is underneath there, because I put the print on first, actually. And then I worked these layers up because I was really experimenting to see how translucent these layers were. This is all jelly printing. And so the very first layer that I put on was the stencil. And then I must have worked, I know there is at least 8 more layers on here. And look how thin those layers are, such that you would still see the print. So let's Thanks. Hold up a second. Let me get this on here properly. Get it lined up. I think I'm going to cut it a little bit. Work away from that glue. Okay. So this is just a nice way to have, you know, something on the back, since I'm going to make it you know, I'm going to flip it. So I'm going to cut a little bit of this off because it's a little longer than paper. Okay. And let me get a little bit off this side here. You hear any noise, dogs, men, etc. Seems like everybody's home today. And everybody's home today, and so anything could happen. But journaling must go on, right? I can't stop because I would normally be working in my studio with people around. So I'm just bringing you guys along. I'm sure it's no different than what you got going on in your home. So it's all good. Okay, so that's perfect. Okay, so that I'm going to make as a flat, just to make it interesting, you know, bring some interest to the journal. But you see how, I'm going to put a little bit more color down here, like maybe blue. See how nice that looks on there? Like these colors go so well with the backgrounds. Put some blue here, kind of missing out a little color. Kind of, in this case, I really want this page to be really coated to the ends. Since what I'm putting on is taking up so much of the page space, I definitely want it to look, you know, not perfect, but just so there's enough color going around the edges of it when this gets put down. That's better. Okay, so very easy. I'm going to, I have some of my, do I have some tape here? Yep. I have some of my washi tape that I made. So this is a great opportunity to use my own tape. So I definitely want to tape this down. And I'm going to see which way I want to put it on here. I'm going to put it, I'm going to put it down the side, I guess, down this edge. Is nice. And it's funny because even though this is completely different colors that I made at a different time, it really does work well together. That's what happens when you kind of like have your color palette and you stick to it. You know, you have a lot of success. See if I want to hinge it this way and open it like that. Nah, I'll just do it this way. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is put this on there. So let's see. Let's see. I'll get this right. Kind of like get it underneath because this is so aggressive that once you kind of get it stuck, it's a wrap. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Ready? So I'll cut this off. Okay. And then let's see, let's lay it down about right there. Excuse me. And then using my bone folder, I'm gonna go ahead and down and then get any air bubbles out. And this is our washi tape. That's why it's always good to have sessions where you do different things, like, you know, have a session where you do your washi tape. And just do it in all different kind of color palettes and stuff that you normally are working in anyway. And then that way you'll have it in, like the pop cards that I showed you how to make the other day. I just, you know, just have them laying around because you never know when you want to use them as an element or something in your pieces. And now, you know, it's all done. You know, it's ready to go. So you have them. So I have them stuck up here in this little box that I keep. And okay, so that's really good. And you can see that even though this is completely different paint from this, really blends beautifully. Oh, I love it. And I just love remembering these colors. And a lot of times I like making flaps because then I can even make notes underneath here as to what about this I did that I like or that I want to remember. So just remember that that's a lot of times when I put the flaps in, that's another way of putting information in your journal, while at the same time keeping it journaling. Like, you know, when you flip through it, it still looks pretty, blah, blah. Okay, so now I'm going to glue this on here. I'm going to put it down something like that. So let me get this glued up. Like I said, I made the mask out of some of my, that resume, that 25% cotton stuff, because it's just stronger. And I found when I've made masks out of like just copy paper, you know, because you're thinking, oh, it's a little cheap old thing to throw away. Oh, I forgot to do something I wanted to do with this bag on it. I'm gonna have to do it on here. So I've already put glue on it now. You know, it rips and stuff. And then oftentimes the masks are so pretty. Like this one. I mean, it's just nice. So I don't really want to throw it away. I want to use it and I want to remember what I was doing. Okay, so what I forgot to do is I was going to put some pumice on here just to kind of, you know, because here again, this is just the plain white paper. So just to integrate and get rid of that white, I was going to use my pumice, but I got to talking, so I didn't do it beforehand. But pumice is not really an aggressive color, so I should be okay with being able to put it on and not. And even if it goes over the edges and I don't like it, I can always wipe it off because this stuff is pretty wet. See the difference? Pumice is so subtle, but it will just knock it back. See how it just knocked the color back just enough. So like, see how it's just white over here, but it's more muted there. Right. I love these Tim Holtz. Have you guys gotten a chance to get any? You can get them on Amazon. I probably could put a few links for some of the colors that I do use on these videos. I don't think to do that all the time because I'm just always saying, go to Michael's or whatever. But I could do that because I've seen them on there and, you know, it's just easy. I love Amazon. I always pay. I'm telling you, I just pay that $100 and something a year. Used to be 99, but now it's whatever. Because I order so many. I mean, I can order a couple times a week from Amazon. It's ridiculous. Because like everything you do, it's easier. You just order it. Like if I'm sitting here thinking about something, even like if I need a vitamin or a supplement or something like that, and I'm like, I'm working, I'm in my studio, I really don't like to stop. And I'll make a little list. When I stop for lunch or something like that, I literally just go put the stuff on Amazon, buy it, and then the next day it's going to be here anyway. like before I can get a chance to go out to the store, it's here. I don't know. It's probably not a good thing in the long run for small businesses, but at the same time, it is so convenient. And in small businesses, like now, the policies suck, you know, like you can't take things back, or, you know, blah, de blah, or you get one thing, you think you got something, it's not. You guys know the drill. So I believe in supporting small, but I think you should support small, like meaning mom and pop, like us, you know, us as artists and creatives and what we're doing and people like us that we know. I believe 100% in supporting that. And I don't mind paying the money. I don't mind paying more. I never go to artists and say, oh my God, I could get this at Target for like half the price. Are you kidding me? But like these box stores, they might as well be Amazon, truthfully. So that business about, oh, go local, whatever, because they're like in for profit anyway. So anyhow, I won't go down that rabbit hole. I can. But anyhow, so I'll put the Amazon link on because, yeah. That's a good one too. So see how pretty it is. Oh my goodness. I love it. Just, you know, scraping some color on the page and using this mask that was a throwaway, but look how pretty it is. And so you could even, when I did this and I was thinking, you know, I'm just doing a mask. And when I was done, I really love the colors. You can see subtle circles from the Punchella. I don't know if you guys can see that. I mean, it's so subtle. And I did that with this blue. This blue over Payne's gray made this real subtle surface on top of the Payne's gray. Or was that black? I think I might have actually used, black there. But anyway, gorgeous. I think that was a Payne's gray. Sorry, it was a Payne's gray. And then this on top, which is really, really pretty. So basically, there we have it. We have another spread done. Now, this is what I use to make that. So now I get to remember that. You know, I'm loving this color palette, want to remember that stuff. And also remembering that if I use better paper to actually make my masks, then I'm like a lot better off because I actually, you know, walk away with some really pretty things. So we can think in terms of creating masks to make the art, but also the masks become art themselves. Like we can use them as collage elements. So like I'm so much into, that's why I like making my own stencils, making my own masks and stuff, because and the way I made this mask, I'll show you real quick. It was like so super easy. I mean, it may be self-explanatory. You may say, okay, Robin, I don't need you to show me how to make a mask, but you know, who knows? So basically, let's take this piece of paper and hold up. This is just my scrap paper. So I just took and tore a piece of paper like that. I folded it in half and I literally just took and pulled a circle out of it, just a circle shape. And then this became the mask. And then what did I do? Because this goes back in the middle, but what did I do? Oh, I know what I did. So, because this was in the middle of this. I can't even remember what I did. Oh, I know what I did. So then what I did, I was making a circle. That's what I was doing. Because I have a circle over here that I was using the full circle like this as a mask, right? And so then this right here was the leftover pieces between here. I guess that was a good thing I did show you because I can't even remember myself what I did. So then this right here is this. But then I still had the circle that I was using as a mask as well. Okay, so that's how I did it. Alrighty. All right, guys. Well, move on in your days. Have a good day. Happy journaling, studio time, all that good stuff. Art Mythos, imaging our stories. We all have stories, you know. Our life is full of just all kinds of stories. And as artists and creatives and visual artists, we are imaging these stories into our work, you know, and that's what Art Mythos really means. That's why I selected Art Mythos. I don't know if I've ever told you guys why I called this Art Mythos, but it really is art, and then mythos is a story. And so art is imaging. You know, we're looking at it as imaging our stories. So this journal is really just a daily opportunity for you just to image and tell your story, tell what happened, share, you know, your feelings, your, you know, your thoughts, everything. And at the end of the year, you guys will have written a novel. Every journal is a novel. Okay, guys. All righty. Take care. Love you so much. Have a good day. Bye-bye.